Alrighty, I'm Joshua Medlin and this is Casey King. We're at 209 Gray Fox Trail for Brent Rollett and doing a repair video.
Yep, I'm gonna try to repair one of these shingles. We got a handful of wind damaged shingles here. I think we had anywhere from a dozen or so on the repair scope. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just in this one spot. Got a couple spread out, some down here. These shingles, just from being up here and looking at them, they're older 3-tab. We'll send you guys an ITEL. They're most likely discontinued. They gauged it at 20-year. All 20 years were discontinued a couple years ago. So we can't get a 20-year 3-tab anymore regardless. So we're gonna attempt to do this repair. Number one concerns is gonna be matting transfer, any kind of nail pull through, any cracking, creasing, or tearing on these shingles. The goal is for this repair is to complete it while maintaining the integrity of the roof and making the homeowner whole again, returning them to their pre-loss condition. I've never been able to do that on a 3-tab, so we're gonna give this a go. So there's a couple spots that are a little sticky, and you can see I'm gonna use these short little shimmy motions. That stops it from tearing while I'm doing that. Now there are gonna be some spots where the adhesive is bonded completely. It's gonna result in matting transfer. That means the shingle is never going to seal properly ever again. Which again, that fact alone, gosh, sticky. Yeah, that fact alone is gonna cause some issues with, that one's already unsealed. That's gonna cause some issues with returning them to the pre-loss condition. That matting transfer is going to result in the shingles never sealing naturally again. They'll never go back to the way they were, which means we can't return them to pre-loss condition. Okay, real quick. Want to go to the light. You can see that's the subject shingle. There's no pre-existing damage anywhere on the shingles. There's no cracking, creasing, tearing. There's no nail pull through. That's most likely going to occur once we begin removing the nails. All right, now I'll start. If you want to scamper back up there. So, got them unsealed. I'm going to lift the shingles up only as much as I absolutely have to. Notice I'm putting my hand beneath the shingle. I'm not putting it like that, which results in creasing. Now, one thing that I'm already seeing, and I'll share it with you guys, is these shingles are so fragile that they're just tearing right through the shingle. There's zero grab in them at all. Because they're tearing through, it means I've got to push the shingle back down. Oh, it's so annoying. And grab the shingle or the nail from like the hole that it created. This one's not unsealed. This one's sticky. Goodness gracious. Those were a lot stickier. Again, guys, I'm gonna take it slow. Do my best not to cause any damage to these shingles. It's really annoying because the nails just keep popping through the shingle. It's making it so that I can't remove them without having to pop them right back through the hole that I just created. Also means we can never reuse these nail holes. The code also dictates that we're not allowed to reuse materials. Gosh, it's just ripping these shingles to pieces. And I'll show you guys once we're done with this, removing the nails and putting the shingles back. All this accumulated damage that was not existing prior to the attempted repair. Doesn't matter if it was one shingle or 100, we can't do a repair on this roof that's going to satisfy the requirements of returning this homeowner to its pre-loss condition. It's tearing through them, dude. All right, first row has been removed. Again, guys, I've only been lifting these shingles enough to tuck my hand under. I don't know how many degrees that is, but you can see it's, you know, maybe 25 degrees. I'm already starting to see a light crack on these. Again, these are stiff as, like, they don't bend. When you lift them from here, they don't bend like they're supposed to. They're stiff as a rock, which also is what makes these shingles not repairable. Now, I'm into the shingles that are not being repaired, so any damage to these is incurred collateral damage from the attempted repair. Now, I'm already creating holes that we can't reuse because it's tearing through the shingle every single nail I remove, which again just is further proof that this shingle cannot be manipulated to repair it properly. And again, guys, I'm not being overly aggressive, not lifting up on these shingles any more than I have to. Oh my gosh, these nails are so annoying. And it's just, these nails do not grab the shingles. They're ripping right through every time I try to get one out.
See the granules falling.
And then, now this is the easy part, guys. Like, we haven't even gotten back to the reapplication of the nails. Like, that's where the damage typically comes from, is installing the nails again. Getting all these nail holes we're not gonna be able to reuse because they're just ripping right through the shingle. Okay. All right, so we got the subject shingle out real quick. This is a very obvious part of the issue. Get this on for me. These right here, those are all chunks of the matting. It's really bad right there. It's a big chunk. So that matting transfer has made it so that it's pretty much impossible for these shingles to seal again, because it's going to be on the underside of these where it got stuck to, and then these chunks were taken out of the shingle. Now this is the one subject for repair. These two are not. Now what's happening is we're now causing damage to those shingles that aren't prescribed in the repair. You can't see it because I haven't had to pry them up at all much, but you're already getting light cracking across the top of these first rows just from lifting up the shingle this much while I remove the nail. And you can even see here those chunks taken out of that mat. That one fact alone means these shingles aren't repairable, that we cannot return this homeowner to the pre-loss condition. We're going to move forward and fulfill the repair, but that there's any one of these issues on its own is enough to warrant the roof needing replaced over repair. Now we measured these to try to get the same width, but you can see these are much shorter on the reveal, and that just further probably leads credence. And you can see it right here, look, like that's, oh, there's 2 layers on this. Huh, well, that's new. So there's 2 layers of shingles. We can't repair this roof regardless because there's 2 layers, so that only helps us. But these shingles, I don't even know if I can get them over that. That's why I can't slide this shingle up. There we go, I can slide them up. Still gonna be a good bit longer, but there we go. So yeah, they're still, you know, like an inch longer. And we got 2 layers. Honestly, I'm just gonna slide this up further, see if we can't make it look okay. All right, you can go back up to that spot. Oh, nice, thank you. So this is the part where we have to lift these shingles up enough to drive these nails in accurately. Take my glove off, slipping on the handle. Now, we're only lifting these shingles up. I can feel it bouncing off because the second layer beneath it isn't grabbing the nail the way it should. Didn't realize this was 2 layers. And again, guys, I'm only lifting these shingles up as much as I have to drive these nails in correctly. And even then, it's probably about 45 degrees that I'm lifting them up. I can have in another nail right now. You hear how loud that's echoing now? That second layer beneath it. Yeah, there's no such thing as an acceptable repair on a roof with 2 layers. Stopping, I gotta lift this up a little more. Just bouncing off that second layer now. So repairs, hand nailed, installation, machine nailed. You can see these are coiled, they can still have the barbs on them. Machine nailing is gonna punch them right through. Hand nailing, they're not gonna go in the way they're supposed to. Either way, I can already see a tremendous amount of creasing that's on these just from this little bit of manipulation. So repair's complete. Try to get out of the sun here. So there's issues with the matting transfer. You've got chunks of matting taken out on the bottom of each of these, big chunks taken out. And then you've got creasing all the way across the top right here on the first row, creasing all the way, creasing all the way across the top on that row, creasing all the way across the top. So what that means is we've now got 1, 2, 3, and 4 different rows of shingles that have damage that was incurred from this repair. Whether it's 1 shingle, 10 shingles, 100 shingles, we cannot do a repair without causing more damage to this roof. Again, it's most likely a discontinued 3-tab. I'm more than happy to do the legwork and send off this to ITEL to confirm that for you. But regardless, whether that's available or not is irrelevant. These shingles cannot be repaired. We're licensed, unlimited general contractors. There's no way to return this roof to its pre-loss condition with a repair.